What's up, everybody? 2024 is going to be a very busy year for me, and I wanted to make this video to give you an idea where I'm going to be and what I'm going to be doing throughout the year. First, in the next 3 to 4 weeks, though, I wanted to at least let you know there is content coming. I know it's been a little sporadic and slow recently, but there will be a really awesome yard sale video going up, a couple shorts related to some awesome finds, and possibly one new Dave and myself video where we're just sort of hanging out talking about, game finds. So look for those uploads happening on Saturdays throughout the next 4 weeks. The first event that I'm going to be at this year is actually local. It's going to be Largo PlayCon in Largo, Florida on April 27th. Myself and Katie are actually going to be there, set up, vending, filming a Video Game Sellers episode. Unfortunately, Eddie and Dave and Thomas aren't going to be there. Eddie and Dave are going to be traveling, and Thomas will be busy, so he's actually going to have one of his employees, Sean, who you might have seen in a few videos in the past. He'll be there with myself and Katie. You haven't seen Katie in a video for a while, so it'll at least be something different and unique. And this convention, actually, last year was the first VGS video that we had filmed in 2.5 years, so it was a lot of fun. It's actually a really great one-day convention. A lot of vendors for a local small show like that. So if you're in the Florida area, I highly recommend coming and checking that out. Next up, on May 4th and 5th, which is just the next weekend after PlayCon, we are going to a new convention for me, Game Jam South, which is going to be in Alabama. Myself, Eddie, Dave, not Thomas again, but Sean will be coming to that convention. So most of the core crew will be there, set up. I'll be a guest, my first time, being a guest there as well. And it's Resident Evil themed this year, so I've got a lot of cool Resident Evil things I'm planning on bringing for that show. Looking forward to that one a lot. Next up, at the beginning of July, it'll be July 6th and 7th, we'll be going back to Southeast Game Exchange, which was awesome last year. This will be my third time being at that convention and as a guest. Really looking forward to it. We filmed a lot of content there last year. We'll be filming a Video Game Sellers episode. Pretty much, if we're at a convention, we'll be filming VGS, and that one will have me, Dave, Eddie, Thomas, we'll all be there. Really looking forward to that one. Again, it's huge. If you are in the southeast of the United States, I highly recommend, and if you have any interest in video game or nerd culture, to go check that show out. One big thing to mention about all of these conventions is that, just like last year, if there's anything you want me to bring, let me know. Hit me up now and say hey, do you have this? I'm looking for that, because I still have a hell of a lot of stuff. This room is still pretty full of all types of things. So let me know if you're looking for something. Maybe we can do a trade. Just hit me up and I can, bring stuff to the convention. Next up on my agenda for the year, in mid-July, I go back out on tour with Korn. We're actually going over to Europe for about 4 or 5 weeks. It'll have some festival shows, but it'll also be a headlining tour with Spirit Box as support. So if you like metal, you live over in Europe, see if I'm coming near you. Maybe we can hang out on a day off, go video game hunting. If you're into nature and birds, I do a lot of nerdy nature stuff these days, so maybe you just want to go for a walk in the park, let me know. But yeah, those dates you can find online on Korn's website. And a lot of people seem to still not know, even though I've worked for the band for 18 years and I've mentioned it, in videos and stuff, what I do for the band. I've done a lot over the years, but currently and for the past many years, I'm the band's assistant. So I basically work directly for the band members. As my wife puts it, as Katie puts it, I'm their mom. I handle their dressing rooms, their food, their clothes. If their kids are out and are bored or need something to do, I try to make that happen. I also handle the singer's video game stuff on the road because he's big into video games. So that is what I do job-wise, for Korn. Anyways, so yeah, tour during July and into August over in Europe. Then I come back over to the States. We're home for a couple weeks, but then we have other shows that we're doing. There's a big one October 5th out in California, which is going to be Korn's 30th anniversary and a big celebration in Los Angeles, and that'll be with Evanescence, Gojira, Spirit Box, the guitar player for System of a Down, Darren's side band, Scars on Broadway, Corey Taylor from Slipknot's kids band. It's a very interesting show, huge show. There will be other dates that'll be announced throughout, that time, but I don't have that information right now. So just keep an eye out for, if I'm coming to your area during those Korn tour times, we could probably hang out if there's an off day near you. After the touring is done, we end with one more convention for the year, November 2nd and 3rd. Really rad weekend in North Florida. If you're in the Alabama, Louisiana, Texas area, come on down. We really don't have a lot of conventions in Florida that are video game related, so this is sort of like our big one, and it's run by a good friend of mine, Joe Alonzo. The crew that'll be there should be all the normal ones, myself, Eddie, Dave, Thomas. We've gone, this will be 3 years in a row now, and we have a blast. It's different from all the other conventions because it's like a vacation weekend. It's on a beach resort. As I'm talking right now, you'll see some clips of kind of what the area looks like. Come on down. It is a lot of fun, and it is run by some of the nicest people, and just the whole crew there is amazing. After that convention, we have one more big thing that myself and Katie are doing, and it is similar to how last year ended for us. We went to Costa Rica last year for a big nature trip for 2 weeks. This year, we are heading to Ecuador. We're big bird nerds and nature enthusiasts in general. I mean, if you've watched the channel for a long time, you know that Katie is a biologist. She works at a zoo. I was going to be a biologist all the way up until I was about 16 years old, somewhere around there, 17 years old, and then I went music career-wise. So things change, especially when you're an adolescent, annoying kid, and you're like, no, I don't want to go to college. I want to play music and work for rock bands. But that is kind of what we spend a lot of our free time doing these days, is going to nature parks and going on these trips. So going to Ecuador is another huge one. It's going to be like over 2 weeks long, through the jungles, into the Andes Mountains, looking for Andean condors, harpy eagles, crazy nature stuff. So that is how the year is going to end. Throughout the time, I'm kind of making this video to give you an idea of like, I'm going to be very busy from July, especially towards the end of the year. And there will be videos that will kind of, hopefully will bank and spread out throughout the times when I'm gone. And then obviously some of those video game sellers episodes will pop up here and there, and hopefully at least a few garage sale hunting videos as well. But it's really just going to depend on how things pan out. So I appreciate your patience. If you notice a video hasn't gone up for 2 or 3 weeks, it's not because I quit or anything like that. It's just, you know, obviously there's a lot going on. So stick around. There will be content. Hopefully I'll be in your area, out on tour at one of these conventions. Again, let me know if there's anything you want me to bring to the show. Always, please give the video a thumbs up. Please leave a comment. Please give me a hug. Subscribe. Kick Eddie in the butt. I don't know.
It's messed up.
Yeah, sorry. Love you all. Thank you for watching. Peace.